To be very honest, I was not very much comfortable in the programming. But what I understood, and as by my understanding, is that anything or any skill you require, it takes some time. So keep your hand dirty. If on the first day or for a month, you won't be very much comfortable writing the codes and all. But slowly, as you keep on practicing the things and solving the problems, and there are many platforms where you can practice basically different questions of the programming. So that's how you will get to know the things, how it works, and slowly you will have confidence in programming language or any skill you. So first of all, you should be very much clear that you are going to have this career progression. So your mindset should be clear that I want to pursue this. After that, you should have a clear roadmap, like what you want to learn and what it takes to be a data scientist or data analyst or ML engineer. I would say that person who has started, they should start from basics. So we should have our fundamental in place. So that is something which is required in your job as well, along with that interview also. So if you face the interview, most of the question will revolve around the fundamental concept of the machine learning algorithms and all. So first of all, I would suggest a person starting right now is that first of all learn a programming language, be it a Python, and slowly then you can learn statistics, and then slowly you move on to machine learning stuff and then deep learning stuff. So there is a standard way from where you should start from the easy topics first and then slowly move on to complex topics. So that's how you evolve as a data scientist. What I feel is that the incoming 5 year, 10 years, the things is going to much more in a better way. Things every field or the domain which has been untouched by the data science or AI, that the AI will going to influence that as well. With the current advancement, there's no looking back for the data science people over there. They should basically keep on learning, have self-faith, and then they can excel in this field because there's lots of good opportunity coming in the future. That's what I feel.
So, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to another podcast. I'm Vivekanand from Cloudyml's team. So, we have our guest Shivam Raj with us. He has done actually mechanical engineering, but now working with Tibble as a data scientist. So, let's know more from Shivam itself. So, yes, Shivam, please tell us about your education background and then how you managed to switch to data domain being from a mechanical engineering background.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here. So my name is Shivam Raj. Basically, I'm from Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. I've completed my graduation in mechanical engineering in 2021 from NIT Silchar. So since then, through college placement, I have got job in a AI startup named Levinson's Technology. So over there, I have worked for 1.5 years as a machine learning engineer, and I have made a switch after that. Right now, I'm working as a data scientist in Tibble Solutions. So it has been 1.5 years I have working as a data scientist here. So talking about the switch from mechanical engineering to data science. So it was through my college days only when I got to know from few of my friends that there's a sort of machine learning thing in which the career is going to be very good. So that was the motivation from where I got to know about the data science and data field. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Correct, correct. So, like, there was someone who motivated you earlier when you were pursuing your mechanical engineering itself. Okay.
Correct, correct. So there were a few of my friends who were working on particularly predictive analytics project. So I've gone through that project that excites me basically, and from there my learning journey has been started.
Okay. So, as soon as you got information from your friends about the data science, data analyst, so what was like, how did you explore it? Now, you
Okay,
must have explored it. You must have come to a conclusion by your own also, right?
correct,
Because
correct.
you are from an IT, definitely you must have not just heard and then jumped into this domain, right?
So yeah, actually I got to know about a platform named Kaggle. So I used to scroll through Kaggle going to different use cases. So it is quite fascinating. You see different use cases from different domain over there, like being the use case of finance data set you have the retail, you have pharmaceuticals, you have medical images data set. So that's how like I got interest in this field by seeing that sort of problem statement over there and people solving in a collaboration. So that's how my interest came into this data science, and I have started learning from the basics of the Python and then slowly move on to some complex topics.
Okay. Okay. So how was your interest in C, C++ while you were in your first year of mechanical engineering? You
So
must have definitely learned that also, right?
correct, correct. To be very honest, I was not very much familiar with the programming language through my college days. it was in the final year when I got to know about to learn this machine learning. At least you know programming language. So at that point of time, Python was quite easy, and it is still now. So it is very easy to learn from a non-coding background person to learn Python, and they can start working on the data science project and all other things. So in first year, I used to learn C programming language, but I was not very much comfortable. But slowly, I learned Python, and then things went off from there.
C and C++ is one of the difficult subject for mechanical graduate.
Correct.
Okay, even I struggled in that. Okay,
Yeah.
so and good to hear that Python you felt it is easy. Of course, it is easy compared to all other programming language, and that is the reason it is widely used as well.
Correct.
Correct. So, like, what is your suggestion for the people who are having a lot of fear in terms of programming language? So, what would be your suggestions for them?
Okay. So to be very honest, I was not very much comfortable in the programming. But what I understood, and as by my understanding, is that anything or any skill you require, it takes some time. So keep your hand dirty. If on the first day or for a month, you won't be very much comfortable writing the codes and all. But slowly, as you keep on practicing the things and solving the problems, and there are many platforms where you can practice basically different questions of the programming. So that's how you will get to know the things, how it works, and slowly you will have confidence in programming language or any skill you name it. Yeah.
Correct. So during the interview also, like you must have faced a question like being a mechanical graduate, why data domain?
Correct. So
Correct.
answering to that question, first of all, data science or machine learning is not very much confined to a particular domain. It is basically disrupting all the domains. So be it is in mechanical engineering or an automobile engineer or anyone. So you name the domain, across domains people are working in their projects. So for particularly talking about myself, I still work in the manufacturing domain and industrial project domain. So my domain is same, but I have the extra skills of data science, machine learning. So that helps me solving the use cases in this particular domain. So personally feel that anyone from any background, be it in agriculture, engineering, or whatever you name it, so they have the scope of working in that particular domain, and sometimes that domain knowledge helps also to keep you upskill and have a upper edge while applying for the jobs.
Correct. So see, nowadays people have a mindset, those who are trying to upskill themselves, they have the mindset like, I should learn Excel, W, Power BI, Python, MLDL. That is fine. I'll be moving into this domain. Is
Correct.
it only confined to these many modules and tools? Is there anything extra which is required to become a data scientist other than these modules?
I would say that person who has started, they should start from basic. So we should have our fundamental in place. So that is something which is required in your job as well, along with that interview also. So if you face the interview, most of the question will revolve around the fundamental concept of the machine learning algorithms and all. So first of all, I would suggest a person starting right now is that first of all learn a programming language, be it a Python, and slowly then you can learn statistics, and then slowly you move on to machine learning stuff and then deep learning stuff. So there is a standard way from where you should start from the easy topics first, and then slowly move on to complex topics. So that's how you evolve as a data scientist from a data analyst position.
Correct. So what would be your basic suggestions for the people, those who are
Mhm.
starting their journey or upskilling journey into this domain? So how they should start and what kind of mindset they should have related to practices, related to job search? Like, can
Mhm.
you specify on that, please?
Okay. So first of all, you should be very much clear that first of all, you should be very much clear that you are going to have this career progression. So your mindset should be clear that I want to pursue this. After that, you should have a clear roadmap, like what you want to learn and what it takes to be a data scientist or data analyst or ML engineer. So the first thing is that if, you have to learn programming language, go through all the libraries required for the data science, especially for the visualization, for data wrangling. You should learn pandas and all. So basically you should learn the libraries along with the programming language. And after that you can learn statistics, because it is quite useful being a data scientist, having the statistical knowledge. In a statistic there are quite many things, but you have to understand like what are the things relevant to data science. So be it can be hypothetical testing or interquartile range. So these are the basic few topics which you can prefer as a starter. After that, you can learn traditional machine learning algorithms, starting on the linear regression. So, understanding linear regression will give you confidence and It is the basic first stepping stone into the machine learning. So start from linear regression, and then you can slowly move on to tree based models like decision tree or random forest, and then you can move on to ensemble learnings like random forest or you can say gradient boost sort of algorithms. So this is how you should move on step by step. And once you learn this, so 50% of your job is done. After that, you can learn, you can move on to deep learning part like ANN, CNN, and RNN. And you should look after the domain as well, that what domain you are going to work with. Are you going to work with image data or not? If you are going to work with image data, you should focus on CNN sort of things, understanding different object detection model there in the market, how they work. So specialization is afterwards. First of all, you should know this programming language, statistics, and the basic ML algorithms, and then afterward, you whatever required, you can go ahead with that.
Correct. So, and after learning the entire skills,
Mhm.
oh, what would be your say about the projects? Like definitely without projects,
Correct.
learning is completely incomplete.
Correct.
Correct. So, what would be your suggestions regarding that?
So, I mean, talking about the projects, you will find projects on the Kaggle. So that is the best platform to practice over there. You can participate in some competition. If not in the competition, there are few problems that will be solved by some other people. You go through that notebook and try to understand like what are the approaches they have taken, what is the methodology they have used, why a particular algorithm they are using over other. So that's how your learning will evolve, and you should make a portfolio of yourself having different projects in that. So that can make a good impression on the hiring managers to uh, to basically shortlist your profile.
So, how was
Yeah.
your experience, interview experience with Tevin?
So I have interviewed few more companies as well. So I will give a basic rough idea like how the interview process goes on. So first round, what I have felt is that mostly it can be of a test round of a Python test, or otherwise it can have a like basic screen sharing, and you will be given an editor and it will be solved. You will be asked some Python problems. So that will be the first round. And after that, the second round will be the technical, in which they will most probably ask about the basic ML questions, algorithm questions like what are the algorithms you have used, why you have used, what is the advantage and limitation of particular algorithms, and what are the evaluation metrics you have used, what is the KPI you are trying to solve, what is the business benefit you got from this project. So it will be more of a deep dive into the project and along with machine learning algorithms. And the third round can be of managerial rounds, knowing much more about how you fit in the particular organization, and then slowly on you can move on to the HR round. So yeah, so my suggestion would be you should good with your fundamentals there, and along with that you should know your project thoroughly.
Correct. Correct. So nowadays, see, the people are of mindset like I have a career gap. I am completely a fresher, right? I
Mhm.
am from a non-tech background, like BCom background, or
Correct.
like normal BSc background, right?
Mhm.
So I'll be finding it difficult to enter into data domain. Of course, there are so many who have switched their career, but
Correct.
what being from a data industry,
Mhm.
what you be speaking about this?
So what I think is that if you are from some other background, let's suppose you are from economics background. So if you apply for a company in a fintech or BFSI, banking and finance, there is a high chance that you will be shortlisted first. If you are from mechanical engineering, you apply for a pharma company or you apply for a manufacturing domain company, industry company, they require that domain knowledge of yourself. So that's how, I mean, there are different domains in which you can work for. You should have the right job search over there. You should not apply for any job that is required, that is on the portal. You should look after your expertise and what is being required there. And there are ample openings for the data science. You have to basically search the jobs effectively and know what are your strengths and what is the requirement of the company.
Correct, correct. And uh, the learner must be doing the projects also in a very
Correct.
diversified manner. Suppose someone is specific to I want to enter in the finance industry.
Mhm.
Definitely, they should do lot of many projects related to finance industry.
Correct. Correct.
Correct. Correct. Correct. So, see, suppose if we talk about
Mhm.
the interview process, right?
Okay.
So, what are the basic process, like how it is conducted? Like first, they shortlist resume, and then so at least 2 to 3 steps must be there, right? So,
Correct.
can
Correct.
you talk about that?
So first of all, the main first round will be like the resume shortlisting. So they will see your profile, and if it is relevant and it is relevant to the job requirement, they will shortlist your profile. And the first round of the interview would be mostly they will be giving some Python test, or it can be face-to-face interview with the sharing your screen and asking the Python question. And after that, it can be ML engineering, core ML interview, and the next phase can be of project deep dive. So this is how the basic interview goes on.
Okay. Okay. So suppose someone is applying for only data analyst role.
Okay.
Still, will they be asked the questions related to ML and DL?
For data analyst role, you should be very much comfortable with the SQL, I would say. SQL and data wrangling, basically pandas and some visualization like Power BI, Tableau. So that is much more required. If you have machine learning algorithm knowledge, that is good to have, I would say.
Okay. 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 So a vast information you have shared. Okay. So like, suppose someone is completely a fresh, coming from a fresh background.
Okay.
Okay. And they have like, lot of confusion, lot
Mhm.
of fear about this domain,
Okay.
right? What they should do first? What kind of mindset they should have?
Okay. So I mean, self evaluation is very much required. That you yourself is made for this profile or not, you are made for this role or not, because it is not a very established role. It is quite new, right? And there's a daily some new advancement coming in the field of AI and data science. So it is not very much methodological, like agile methodology is not very much fit here. You have to go back and forth, try different algorithms, so you have to be resilient, I would say. So someone having that sort of personality, always keen to know, understand, and keep learning constantly, so they should be moving in this job profile, I would prefer. So self evaluation very much required. You should know, like you have that keen motivation of always keep on learning. So that's how you assess yourself and try to understand like what are the key things going on in this field, and that's how you evolve understanding this field particularly.
Correct, correct. So see, being from this industry, basically I have come across many learners who try to find shortcuts. Okay,
Yeah,
even in learning. So they
correct.
try to find out shortcuts, they try to get somehow certificate, they keep on posting on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Okay, and they keep on searching or hunting job. Of course, this is not the correct way of getting a job, definitely.
Correct.
And they struggle also still. So what is your suggestions for those people who are trying to find these shortcuts?
So I mean anything which so basically everything requires time. Okay, so you have to be resilient, and something that has been achieved in a few hours or few certification, that won't last for much more long term. So I would suggest that there is a lot of FOMO also in this data science field, that things are coming, keeps on advancing. So people feel like fear of missing out. So that's what we can say. But if you understand, have a good fundamental knowledge, it will help you in the long run. So let's suppose there are different LLMs coming right now. So people feel that they can directly jump on learning LLMs, RAG architecture. So that how the thing doesn't work that now. So you have to first of all understand language modeling, bigram, trigram probabilities, how probabilistic model work, what is vector embedding. So that's how slowly, if you learn the things, it will long last for a so it will long last basically, and it will help you to understand much more better way, and you can also convey someone in a better way. So focus on the fundamental first, and if it is in the place, you can learn on the most of the skill otherwise.
Correct, correct. So basically invest your time properly with
Correct.
a dedicated manner. Start from basic and build your foundation strongly and
Mhm.
practically. That is what the industry is requiring.
Correct.
Correct. So what is the future of data domain? There are like, people saying there is no job, there is no, like, data science is going to be completely uh, vanished by the AI. It will be taken up by the AI, artificial intelligence will take away the jobs and these, that. So what is your suggestions or say about this?
What I feel is that the in coming 5 year, 10 years, the things is going to much more in a better way. Things are every field or the domain which has been untouched by the data science or AI, the AI will going to influence that as well. With the current advancement, there's no looking back for the data science people over there. They should basically keep on learning. have self faith, and then they can excel in this field, because there's lots of good opportunity coming in the future. That's what I feel.
Correct, correct. So basically, upgradation of
Correct.
themselves, right? So how the industry is evolving, and we also have to
Our,
upgrade and align ourselves with the advancement.
correct.
Correct, correct. So yes, thank you so much. You have shared a vast information and lot of suggestions for the new people.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so thank you, Shivam, and thanks everyone also for watching the podcast. We'll meet
Thanks a lot.
again in another podcast.